Hey guys, thanks for obviously stopping by and watching the video. Just remember, if you like it, just leave a like. Um, and if you do find yourself coming back here on the regular, then please subscribe. It may not help you a lot, but it does help me a lot. So thank you, and let's get on with the video. Bonjour mes amis, je suis le Léger Canadien, and welcome to the Week in Review, where we talk what happened in the past week of football. Week 5 is now over, and oh my god, was it full of shit. Let's begin. So we start our shit fest on Thursday Night Football, or in this case I might call it Thursday Night Sleepers Fest, between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. Broncos country, let's ride to bed. Because this game felt more like a snooze off than anything. Because this game was complete utter shit. Oh my god, a football game that's complete utter shit in 2022? What else, you freaking people? Just kidding, no what? For the Colts, Matt Ryan went 26 for 41, 251 yards and 2 interceptions. Rushing was led by Deion Jackson, 13 carries for 62 yards. And for receiving, Alec Pierce caught the ball 8 times for 81 yards. For those Denver Broncos, Chef Russ went 21 for 39, 274 yards and 2 interceptions as well. Melvin Gordon ran 15 times for 54 yards. And Cortland Sutton, 5 receptions for 74 yards. The game had to go into overtime. There were no touchdowns, only field goals. Colts win 12-9 in one of the ugliest games that has ever been displayed on national primetime television. Fuck you. For the next game on the calendar, we have ourselves some Sunday morning tea time between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. Honestly, this should have been Thursday Night Football, because this game was a lot better than what the fuck we saw. Because this game was actually pretty good. It's full surprises, definitely. For the Giants, Danny Derp went 21 for 27 and 217 yards. Saquon Barkley carried the ball 13 times for 70 yards and a touchdown. And for receiving, it was all Darius Slayton, catching it 6 times for 79 yards. For those Packers, it's Aaron Rodgers leading the day, 25 for 39, 222 yards and 2 tutties. Aaron Jones ran 13 times for 63 yards, and Randall Cobb caught the ball 7 times for 99 yards. Somehow, someway, in the year of our Lord 2022, the New York Giants are 4-1. They escaped this game, albeit somehow, with a win. God damn it. The fucking Giants, dude. I swear to God. For the next matchup on the board, we got ourselves the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Buffalo Bills. And let's just say one team got shit kicked. Literally shit kicked. For the Steelers, Mr. Smallhands himself went 34 for 52, 327 yards and an interception. Okay, you gotta respect that passing yard total on his first career start. That's impressive. For rushing, it was Jalen Warren, that's a new name, carrying the ball 5 times for a total of 24 yards. And for receiving, again leading away was George Pickens, 6 receptions for 83 yards. Maybe Pickett to Pickens is the way to go. For the Bills, the combined effort of Josh Allen and Case Keenum went 22 for 36, 432 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Goddamn, Josh Allen. Speaking of Josh Allen, he also led the... Well, actually, he tied for rushing Only reason he gets the edge is because he got the same amount of yardage and one less carry. Allen carried the ball 5 times for 42 yards. Singletary carried it 6 times for 42 yards. At the start of the game, Gabriel Davis, 3 receptions. Only 3. But 171 yards. God damn. And 2 touchdowns. Jeez, woo fucking lease. No wonder the Bills won 38-3. Because god damn. The Steelers defense is still nothing without TJ Watt. Moving on, we got another shit show game between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. Okay, this game was actually kind of close. You kept it close, but in some cases this game wasn't really meant to be close. Because considering the star power on one compared to the star power on the other, it wasn't supposed to be like this. For the Chargers, Justin Herbert went 22 for 34, 228 yards and a touchdown. Austin Eckler had a hell of a running day. 16 carries, 173 yards and a touchdown. God damn, he can run. But receiving too, we got another fucking showcase. Mike Williams caught the ball 10 times for 134 yards. For reference, the next person up on the receiving list for the Chargers, Joshua Kelly, only caught the ball twice for 33 yards. So there is a 101 yard gap. Damn. For those Browns, Jacoby Brissett went 21 for 34, 230 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. The trend of impressive running backs continues apparently, as Nicholas Chubb carried the ball 17 times, 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, for reference, Kareem Hunt, who is second, carried the ball 11 times, 47 yards, and a touchdown. There is a 93-yard gap between Chubb and Hunt. God damn. In the receiving, David Njoku caught the ball 6 times for 88 yards. So we had a lot of people breaking out in this game, but the Chargers just came out on top. 30-28 is the score. The Chargers might look good, but too early to tell. Moving on, we got the shittiest of shit shows. We got the Houston Shitsons and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Unless one of these teams beats a legitimate contender, sorry Los Angeles, in this case the Chargers don't count, then they won't impress me. They won't impress me just yet. If they could beat a real team, then they'll probably get it. But not right now. Because this is still the early imitation of mediocrity. For the Texans, Davis Mills went 16 for 24, 140 yards. Damian Pierce led the rushers, 26 carries for 99 yards and a touchdown. Still a shitty average of only 3.8, but it's okay. For receiving, it was Nico Collins, carrying the ball 4 times for 65 yards. I guess that's something. For the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence went 25 for 47, 286 yards, and 2 interceptions. Travis Etienne carried the ball 10 times for 71 yards. And for receiving, Marvin Jones actually led the day. 7 receptions for 104 yards. But we need to talk about the second on that list. Because this is where we have to activate something nice. Evan Ingram caught the ball 6 times for 69 yards. Jaguars still couldn't beat the Texans though, even though as nice as Ingram's stats were. Final score 13-6. You see why I called that the epitome of mediocrity early on? That's why. Moving on, we have an NFC North battle between the Chicago Bitchin' Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I still have a feeling that Justin Fields is not ready for the NFL. What might make me say that? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just because, well, he may look good one week, he's not consistent and loses the next. Sticking with the Bears, Justin Fields went 15 for 21, 208 yards, and a touchdown. Justin Fields also led the team in rushing, 8 carries for only 47 yards. And for receiving, David Montgomery. Why am I saying that? Oh, nothing. Maybe it's because his jersey had a typo on it and had another O in between the T and the G. David Montgomery. 4 receptions for 62 yards for him on the day. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the combined effort of Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson? He got a passing? Well, damn. Okay. Went 33 for 42. Let's see. 06, 16, 319 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Dalvin Cook led the rushing corps, as he usually does for that Vikings squad. 18 carries for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's impressive. Oh yeah, hey, here's Justin Jefferson leading the receiving corps. 12 catches for 154 yards. Holy shit. No wonder why he is one of the best receivers, the best young receivers of the game. Seriously, he is that damn good. If you don't think otherwise, then I don't know what fucking sport you're watching. I don't. Moving on, we have the Lions taking on my New England Patriots. This game, how do I want to put it? This game was alright. Okay? The game was alright. I expected the Patriots to lose. Because, Zappy wasn't ready. Did he prove me wrong? Well, starting with the Lions, Jared Goff went 19 for 35, 229 yards, and an interception. Jamal Williams led the rushing corps today, 15 carries for 56 yards. And for receiving, Josh Reynolds caught the ball 6 times for 92 yards. And this is also the first time I'm realizing there are 2 players on the Lions with the last name of Reynolds. Josh and Craig, both of them receivers. I did not notice. Sue me, I legitimately did not know. For those Patriots, on the other hand, Bailey Zappi looked decent. 17 for 21, 188 yards. Okay, not terrible numbers. A touchdown and an interception. Okay, you're still adjusting, but your TD interception ratio 2-1. That's not bad. For rushing, Ramondre Stevenson, 25 carries, 161 yards. Looks like they're finally utilizing the younger guy to 2. And for receiving, Jacoby Myers had his turn to shine today. 7 receptions, 111 yards and a touchdown. Look at that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Come on, you really can't be mad at this. You can't. Well, anyways, that led to a New England victory by a score of 29-0. Hey, Detroit, you might need to get your team looked at because there's something bad brewing right now in Detroit. Maybe the Flint water decided to seep into Detroit's water. I don't know. Next up on the card, we got the Seahawks taking on the Saints. And a game that I didn't really expect to be alright. Because the offenses actually did really well. But, hey, sometimes you just don't expect these things. For the Seahawks, Geno Smith went 16 for 29, 268 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Hey, look at that improvement. For rushing, it was Rashad Penny, but unfortunately, his season is done. I believe it was an ankle injury that has ended his season. God, that fucking sucks because Penny was starting to get really good too. But the leading rusher for the Seahawks was Kenneth Walker. 8 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown. Godspeed to you again, Penny. Godspeed. And for receiving, Tyler Lockett took on the receiver of the day. 5 receptions for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty damn good if you have it on your fantasy team. Just saying. And then moving on to the Saints side of things, the effort of Dalton and Hill, 17 for 25, 88, 97, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yes, Taysom Hill threw a touchdown pass and an interception. Taysom Hill also can run really good apparently. Where the fuck was this? 9 carries for 112 yards and 3 touchdowns. Okay. Kamara was not far behind either. 23 carries for 103 yards. But damn. Okay, Taysom. Can you do that again next week? Now for the receiving side, Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I know. The running back leading the receiving. That's interesting. 6 receptions for 91 yards. Still helped the Saints get the win by a score of 39-32. Maybe the Saints might be able to have a chance to turn it around, if everything can fall into the right slot. So moving on to this game, the AFC East showdown between the Dolphins and the Jets. Before the game, we all knew who was gonna win. But after the game ended, everyone was like, what the fuck? Yes, really. And plus, Teddy Bridgewater didn't even play in this game for the Dolphins. It was a rookie QB by the name of Skylar Thompson. So they're having to resort to the first-string QB just like New England is. So we are in a situation where things are getting really interesting. For those Dolphins, Skylar Thompson went 19 for 33, 166 yards, and an interception. Raheem Mostert led the rushing on the day, 18 carries for 113 yards and a touchdown, pretty damn good. But the receiving doesn't look so good. Tyreek Hill only caught the ball 7 times for 47 yards, showing that his production is really missing Tua Tagovailoa. Seriously, I hope he's getting better. For those New York Jets, the fucker of your mom went 14 for 21, 210 yards. For the rushers, it was Breece Hall, 18 carries for 97 yards and a touchdown. But that's not the last time we're talking about Breece Hall, because he also caught the ball twice for 100 yards. So basically, he touched the ball 20 times and got 197 yards and a touchdown. And that helped the Jets win! Okay, 2022. The New York Jets are above 500. What the fuck is happening anymore? Does anybody know? Oh wait, nobody knows anything because apparently this league is fucked. Well, I mean, we all knew that, but come on now. But speaking of things that are fucked, we got an NFC showdown between the Falcons and the Buccaneers. Oh, good God, what the fuck is that? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not roughing the passer for a fucking sack. It's not. Brady, I'm going to ask you this. As someone that's been a fan of the team that you were with for the longest time, how much did you fucking pay? How much did you pay to be able to fucking call that a roughing the passer? Because, come on, let's all agree, that wasn't a fucking roughing the passer. If anything, that was just the refs being greedy and saying, oh no, the Buccaneers might lose? And there's a sack on the field? Nope, flag! Roughing the passer! Fuck you, referees. And it's not going to be the last time either. For those Falcons, Marcus Mariota went 14 for 25, 147 yards and a touchdown. He also led the rushing corps at 7 carries and 61 yards. For receiving, Olamide Zaccheaus again makes our top receiver. 2 receptions only for 39 yards and a touchdown. That's not terrible. But when compared to Tampa Bay, yeah. Tom Brady went 35 for 52, 351 yards and a touchdown. Leonard Fournette went 14 times on the ground for 56 yards and a touchdown. He also went 10 receptions for 83 yards and a touchdown. 24 times he fucking touched the ball. 2 total touchdowns. 21-15 win for Tampa Bay. The Falcons got screwed out of this game. I'm serious. They got screwed out of this game. Well, the Falcons were screwed out of that game. We got screwed out of a good game. Because this game, like I said always, was shit. Between the Tennessee Titans and the Washington Communists. And yes, I'm going to be using that name instead of Commanders because honestly, Communist sounds a lot better. Let's just say that this game was utter shit. Just like what's seeping out of FedEx Field. So Ryan Tannehill went 15 for 25, 181 yards, and a touchdown. Derrick Henry decided to channel his inner Derrick Henry, ironically enough, going 20 carries for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Still a shitty average though, but nothing you can do. And for receiving, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, I think I'm saying that right, 2 receptions for 72 yards. That's still pretty damn good. And for the Washington Communists, Carson Wentz and Jahan Dotson. Yeah, I know Dotson got a rep in. 26 for 39, 368 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Brian Robinson. Okay, hold on. We all remember what happened to Brian Robinson a month ago. He was the victim of a shooting in an attempted carjacking, and everyone feared for the worst but hoped for the best. He came back to the team recently, and he led the Communists in rushing yards. Albeit 9 carries and 22 yards, but fuck the stats. It's the fact that he came back from a very serious incident like that and is grinding on the field, showing everyone that he is going to be fucking something in this league. So Robinson, we hope you're okay. And actually, I'm really glad to see that. If anything, I am really glad to see that. Fuck Carson Wentz's running stats. Fuck Antonio Gibson's stats. Today, you're the man on the top on the rushing core. And let's hopefully it stays that way. Because I want to see how you progress through your NFL career. For receiving, it was De'Ami Brown. So we have yet another new name on the receiving core this time. 2 receptions for 105 yards. And lucky enough, 2 touchdowns. Still didn't help your team win. The score was 21-17. The Titans win. A much needed win for that team, and all things considered, because they're going to need it if they're going to try to make a playoff push. And with A.J. Brown gone to do other things, it might be a little ugly for you guys. I'm just saying. But also ugly was how Carolina played in their game against the San Francisco 49ers. Carolina, now I see why you did what you did. But I'll get to that after the stats. Because I know then you couldn't rejoice, but now you can. Let me go over the stats, and I will give you your glory. For the 49ers, Jimmy G went 18 for 30, 253 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jeff Wilson is still really good. 17 carries for 120 yards and a touchdown run. Damn good. And for receiving, it was Brandon Ayuk catching the ball 3 times for 58 yards. For the Jacksonville Panthers, god damn it. The Carolina Panthers. The combined effort of Baker Mayfield, and look at that. XFL stand-up PJ Walker. Combined for 25 for 42, 275 yards and a pick. Christian McCaffrey looked like dog shit, but it's nothing that can't be fixed. 14 carries for 54 yards, but he's still got a touchdown, so I say he saved it. And for the receiving, we got another nice. Shea Smith caught the ball 4 times for 69. Nice. Yards. Carolina loses this game 37-15 to San Francisco. But on Monday, they won big time. Matt Rhule, get the fuck out of here. Yeah! Fired! And also, their defensive coordinator, I believe, what was his name? Philip Snow? Let me tell you right now, I can... I have to type. Phil Snow, you can also get the fuck out of here. You're fired. So two motherfuckers are fired. Good. Good. So y'all wanted Carolina, you can come out of your cave and you can rejoice. Speaking of people not being able to rejoice, we got the Eagles taking on the Cardinals. The last time the Eagles had won in Arizona coming into this game was 2002. Thank you, Dark Kirby, for that one. But when a Patriots fan and myself had more confidence going into this game than an Eagles fan did, you know there's something wrong. I don't know what it was, but it was just there. For the Eagles, Jalen Hurts went 26 for 36, 239 yards. Jalen Hurts can also run 15 times for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay, that's pretty good. And the leading receiver of the day was not A.J. Brown this time, nor was it Devontae Smith. It was Dallas Goedert, 8 receptions for 95 yards. And for those Cardinals, Kyle Murray, as he ever gets so closer to the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 launch, is trying to ball out as much as he can. Going 28 for 42, 250 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. James Conner carried the ball 9 times for 55 yards. And Marquise Brown led the receiving corps with 8 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. The Eagles are 5-0. Fly, Eagles, fly into great victory. 20-17 is your score. Seriously, how the hell are the Eagles 5-0? And speaking of how the hell something is something, we got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I expected better things out of Los Angeles. And I didn't expect as much out of Dallas. But, again, the NFL has officially frozen over since week 3. So I don't know what the fuck. For those Cowboys, Cooper Rush went 10 for 16, 102 yards. That's it. Tony Pollard carried the ball 8 times for 86 yards and a touchdown. Okay. And CeeDee's Nuts Lamb caught the ball 5 times for 53 yards, not 44. That was someone else. For the Rams, the combined effort of Stafford, Dixon, and Kupp went 29 for 44. 320 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Cam Akers carried the ball 13 times for 33 yards. And Cooper Kupp caught the ball 7 times for 125 yards and a touchdown, including a 75-yarder. Yes, sir. But Rams, that wasn't enough to help you win. You lost again, 22-10. Cooper Rush is still somehow undefeated as a starter. I mean, you gotta credit the guy. He's actually been doing really good. And for Sunday Night Football, we got the epimination of shit between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Seriously, when looking at the box score, it seems as if fucking Edgar Allan Poe rose from the grave, came to this game, read the Ravens a little bedtime story, and soon have their offense fall asleep. But the story, unlike last week, was not as effective because Cincinnati nearly came back and won the whole thing. For the Bengals, Joe Burrow went 24 for 35, 217 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Joe Mixon carried the ball 14 times for 78 yards on the day, and Hayden Hurst caught the ball 6 times for 53 yards and a touchdown. For those Ravens, Lamar Jackson went 19 for 32, 174 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Lamar Jackson also led the rushing department. Who saw that one coming, right, guys? 12 carries, 58 yards, not 100, goddamn. And for receiving, Mark Andrews caught the ball 8 times for 89 yards and a touchdown. Congratulations, Baltimore, you won an ugly game. 19-17, so fuck off. And for Monday Night Football, we had the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in a battle in the ironclad AFC West. That's slowly not looking like an ironclad like everyone had thought in the fucking season previews. Seriously, like, look back at the preseason stuff. Well, you can look back and you can see that this division was set to be hyped as one of the most stacked, if not the most stacked division in the entire league. But if you want to fucking believe it, right now that's looking like the NFC East. How the hell do you do that? I don't know, nor do I have the brain capacity to even fucking function with that. For those Raiders, Derek Carr went 19 for 30, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs carried the ball 21 times for 154 yards and a touchdown. That's damn impressive. And for receiving, Devontae Adams just balled out. Three receptions for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. Still pretty damn good, though. And for those Chiefs, Patty Mahomes went 29 for 43, 292 yards and 4 touchdowns. Jerick McKinnon carried the ball 8 times for 53 yards. And for receiving, MVS caught the ball 6 times for 90 yards. Before I say the final score and the result, refs, just so you know, Chris Jones sacking a QB and recovering a football is not roughing the passer. That is a legal, count it legal, L-E-G-A-L, fumble recovery, and a legal sack. So again, I say, fuck you, refs. But if that didn't fuck the Raiders enough, what did was the final play of the Raiders' final drive. On a 4th and 1, Carr decides, you know what? I'm going to air this bitch out. And then 2 of his receivers, Renfrow and Adams, decide to collide. The ball goes incomplete, and the Chiefs win 30-29. God, what the fuck was week 5? Seriously, what the fuck was week 5? But that will do it for the week in review this week. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like. Comment down below if you guys want to see it be next. And if you have not done so already, subscribe and join the Logical Nation. But until next time, je suis le Logique Canadien. Bonne nuit et au revoir.